So this is going to be how you use the slab roller and roll out a slab of clay, which you'll use for several different projects throughout all of our ceramics courses. Our slab roller is set up where it has two canvases that go through the rollers. There's a black line here. The black line on the surface is when you set this up to start, you want your two canvases lined up with each other, and then you want the edge of the canvas at that black line. Once you have that done, the next thing we need to do is we need to check the depth of our slab. So the way we do that is there's these areas right here along the edge of the slab roller that have measurements for how thick your slab is going to be. To adjust that, you would turn this knob, and that raises or lowers this wheel right here. So we want to make sure our slabs are around 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to turn it so that this is pointing to 1/4 of an inch, and then I'm going to make sure the other side is at the same depth. And once those are both set in place to the depth or the thickness of the slab that I am going to roll out, then it's okay to start moving your canvas and laying out your clay. So that's set to what I want. It's 1/4 of an inch, which is kind of the basic thickness for most slabs. Now I'm going to take the top canvas and I'm going to pull it back over the top of the roller. Now I'm ready to put my clay down on this side, on the short end of the table. When I do that, I'm going to take my bag of clay, I'm going to lay my clay down, and I'm going to cut it the long way. So I want to keep this as uniform as possible when I'm rolling out my slab. And by that I mean I don't want a whole lot of breaks in it, so I don't want to take a whole bunch of small pieces and put them in, because that's creating seams and things that the clay could crack on later on. So I'm going to take this clay and I'm going to stretch it out just a little bit. I'm going to lay it down here and just using my fist, not punching the clay, but just pressing down so that it's a little bit thinner. If the clay is too thick, the rollers won't pick it up and it won't go through easily, and it becomes really difficult to roll out a slab then. So I'm just going to press it down so that I can get it started easily. Then my next piece of clay I'm going to do the same thing with. I'm just going to stretch it out a little bit, and then I'm going to take that and I'm going to overlap it with my other piece of clay, and then I'm going to press it in. So again, it's not too thick and it'll go through the rollers. Okay. So once I have my clay down like that, I want to make sure I have enough for the size of the slab that I'm rolling out. If I'm doing a full board, I'll probably use 2 bags of clay. If I'm doing smaller assignments, I'd adjust accordingly. So once I have that down, I'm going to leave this top canvas down, and I'm going to, underneath it, I'm just going to grab the end that we set to that black line, and I'm going to pull that a little bit while I turn this wheel, which starts the rollers. Once the clay catches and you can feel it kind of feeding itself through, then I can let go and the clay will help feed the canvas through. Once your clay is through the rollers, it'll stop feeding. Take the top one, pull it back. Pull your slab out a little bit further. If I want to smooth out my slab on both sides, I would smooth out this top part now. I can take my metal rib and do that. Now I want to transfer this slab to a board. So I'm going to take one of our canvas boards and lay it on top like this. I'm going to take another canvas board and slide it underneath the canvas. And taking both hands and sandwiching it, I'm just going to flip it over. Take the top board off, pull this back, and now my slab is ready to take back to my seat to work.